guys, we're trying. Michael Jackson, why are you just moonwalking?
There's one person here.
Oh my god, there's so many people locked in inwards. Jesus Christ! There's so many people. Oh no.
I've got 2 people.
Ah, Victoria's over here.
And we've basically already won the game, guys.
Yeah, it was a bit rough at the start, but then once we got the momentum, they just got...
Guys, welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. Now, obviously, we're talking about some 2v8 real quick. I'm going to go over the loadouts real quick for the Legion and the Oni, and we're going to talk about the specific playstyle, and we're going to talk about the results that we got, and I'll show you the best performing game that we did have. Now, first of all, the Legion, I recommend running the Enforcer. Is the Enforcer just straight up the best class for Legion? That I don't know. I'm not going to speak about that. Legion mains will be better off spectating about that. But the Enforcer is a great class for Legion when paired up with a Oni, just because of this team skill here. Now, every time you chase somebody that is injured, you get 3% haste. Now, it's not a stacking effect, it's 3% every time you enter a chase with somebody that's injured, which is really nice as a Legion, so you might get that extra speed in your Feral Frenzy, or maybe just around a small loop, that 3% haste will make a little bit more of a difference to maybe get it down. Now, as for the Oni, you're going to see that we're going to run the Brute. Now, Brute is definitely not the best class on the Oni period, but for this playstyle, it definitely works better than any other of the classes. Now, if you want to run Shadow, be my guest, but just remember that Shadow doesn't work with Legion's power all that well, so keep that in mind. Now, the Brute, what do you get? You get basically a really strong nowhere to hide on generators, which is really, really nice. Now, your teammate also gets 10% haste within 8 seconds if they are close or in your terror radius, which is also really nice. You break pallets a lot faster, and this is the whole reason we picked the Brute over any other classes, right? And then we'll get onto the playstyle in a second, but you'll be breaking a lot of pallets. And then there is the reveal skill, which I was talking about. Survival auras are revealed within an additional 8 meters of where you break the generator. So this gives you like a big nowhere to hide radius. And when you're having aura reads as the Oni, it's really hard to mess up your power unless the survivor does something like really good. They get them out of the situation rather than how to play. But that's pretty much it for the loadouts, and I'm going to explain how to play these two together. So the game plan is broken down into 5 phases. Now, we're going to talk about the first phase now, obviously, which is when you and the Legion load into the game at the very start of the game. Now, what is the game plan? It's actually very simple, right? So we're going to start with the Legion first, and then we'll talk about the Oni in a second. The Legion just goes to the opposite side of the map, and then as soon as he sees a bunch of survivors, which, let's be honest, there'll be like maybe 2 or 3 people on a generator and some people close to them, they start their Feral Frenzy and they start going ham, they start injuring people. Now, if you can get an 8-hit down with Legion, awesome. If you don't panic. As long as you injure more than 4 people, you are doing just fine. Now, what does the Oni do while the Legion is in the start of the game, in the Feral Frenzy, right? He is going to do, at the start of the game, go to the same area as the Legion, but he's not going to go to the same generator as the Legion. He's going to go to a generator that's close to the one that the Legion is checking on, right? And maybe, if you're lucky as the Oni, you might get an early hit on a healthy survivor, which obviously will fuel your power, which is really nice. Now, other than that, while the Legion is in the Feral Frenzy, what are you guys doing? Now, Legion, doesn't matter where the Legion goes when they're in Feral Frenzy. They're just trying to injure as many people as possible. Just keep it going and going and going, right? Until eventually your power ends or you get an 8-hit down. Or you get stunned out of it. It's totally fine. like I said, as long as you're getting 4 hits or 5 hits, you're doing absolutely great. Now, what is the Oni doing while the Legion is in Feral Frenzy? Your job as the Oni is to, yes, maybe get a hit on a healthy survivor, maybe get a cheeky down on a survivor that the Legion has already hit, but most importantly, this is why we picked the Brute class, is so you can break pallets. When people are facing the Legion, you know, they panic, they sometimes drop pallets when they don't need to, all that sort of thing, and the Legion doesn't care about the pallets, right? He just vaults over them and then hits people. You, however, as the Oni player, obviously care about the pallets because you can't just vault over a pallet, right? You're the Oni. So you go around breaking all the pallets that you can while the Legion is in Feral Frenzy. Now, during this time, even if you get into maybe a chase, in a 1v1 chase, right, with a survivor, maybe the Legion is doing super well and you just try and get it down, right? Everyone's pretty much injured. You will break every single pallet that gets dropped in front of you until you get your power, right? So that is phase 2 complete. Now, let's talk about phase 3 when we're getting into the Oni's Demon Dash. Now, when the Oni gets enough of his power, the very first time, I recommend popping your power insanely, like just immediately, because the early game is what's sucking for the Oni, right? And for the Legion. So, when you get your power, you're going to pop it immediately as the Oni, and then during this time, most likely, there have been like maybe 1 or 2 generators that have been completed, and you get free aura reading, right? So as the Oni, you're going to pop your power, and then you're going to down these people that get aura read. If you don't find too many people, go check on all the gens, kick the gen. Remember, this is why we picked Brute, so we can have longer nowhere to hide on the gens, and then we down those people that we get the aura read on. Now, if you're in a chase against somebody who's dropping a lot of pallets, I'm sorry, that's just the way the Oni is, right? When he's in power, he really does just get like pre-dropped insanely a lot, and there's not much you can do about it. But this is where I recommend playing as the Oni Legion player. You have a bit of experience playing these killers beforehand, right? Especially like, for example, me, I probably have like 3,000 hours on the Oni alone, right? So I know how to outplay certain tiles and pallets and all that sort of thing, and that makes it a lot easier for me to get downs and avoid a few pallets, right? Now, most importantly, what are you going to try and get with your power? You're going to try and get 3 to 5 downs with a single use of your power. I know it sounds a bit ridiculous. 3 downs is not impossible, but 5 sounds a little ridiculous. If you find people healing in a corner, go to them. You might get a lucky double down. I did this a few times, as you guys will see in the video later on. But yeah, you get some double downs, and then all you have to do is literally, when you down somebody at the end of your power, right, for example, so you down them and then your power's about to run out, you have like maybe, 5% or less left, there's nobody near you, you pick up that survivor and you hook them. You're not hooking all the other survivors that you have downed, right? Because that is the Legion's problem. The Legion, while the Oni is in his Demon Fury, is literally just going to follow you. He's not going to do anything else, or she, right? They're going to follow you, and all you have to do is you're on cleanup duty. The Oni gets it down, you pick up instantly. There's no chance for them to get a pallet save. There's no chance for them to use base key unbreakable, right? There's nothing for them to use that. And this creates a lot of pressure on the survivors, especially if the Oni gets 5 downs, and then you've hooked 5 survivors in a row. That is a lot of pressure, and a lot of people not on gens. That is likely only maybe 1 person on a gen, maybe nobody on a gen, right? Now, like I said, your job as the Legion while Oni is in power is to secure the hook states. Now, if you're in comms with your Oni friend and you think you might get pallet saved, tell them, right? So they can down the person that's threatening to save. Now, if time allows for it, right, and the Oni is maybe struggling just a little bit with his first use of the power, I highly suggest getting rid of some strong pallets for him. This might be Shack pallet, right? This might be the Long War Jungle Gym pallet, for example. The Short War Jungle Gym pallet, right? All the pallets that are like god pallets to normal killers like the Oni, get rid of them for him, because when you come back and he gets his power again later on, he's going to have a lot easier time, downing these people without these pallets in the way. Now, obviously, there's some strong windows on the map. You can't really do much about that. It is what it is. And as an Oni player, you should know how to play around some windows. Now, one thing I want to mention is don't be afraid as the Legion, while the Oni is in his power, to use your Feral Frenzy to catch up to him. Now, because the Oni gets a huge movement speed buff when he's in his power, and even more so than the base kit in this game mode. Maybe he flies all the way to the other side of the map. If he flies all the way to the other side of the map and downs somebody, just use your Feral Frenzy to go pick that person up, right? It's the less downtime that you guys have with people on the ground, the better it is for you, because there's less chance that they'll get picked up by somebody else. They'll get basically unbreakables, anything like that, right? Because you can't really tunnel and slug with this strategy, but your strategy is to create enough natural pressure through the game and hooking and injuring people that it becomes too overwhelming. And using this strategy, you should get onto that. Now, let's get onto the fourth phase, and this is like a what-if phase, right? Now, what if the Oni has just ended his power, right? The Legion's just gone around hooking all the people he's down, and the Oni's got out of his power. Now, you have to take into consideration how many people are still injured. Now, if most of the survivors are injured, let's say 4, 5, or 6, I recommend the Oni just goes around back to what he was doing in phase 2 in the Legion, when the Legion was doing the Feral Frenzy, right? He just normally chases, he breaks pallets, right, and maybe gets a few downs here and there. Maybe he gets an injury on the 1 or 2 healthy people left, right, and he gets his power. Now, as the Oni, if you get your power maybe within like 15, 20 seconds of just ending your previous power, don't pop it straight away, right? Because you need to create enough blood orbs on the map that it just keeps going, right? It keeps flowing. So later on in the map, you're not grasping for blood orbs, right? You're not just going, oh, he's 2 blood orbs, he's 2, he's 2, he's 4 over there, right? You want to literally have enough blood orbs on the map that you can go around and be like, okay, there's a blood stash here, I'm gonna go pick it up and pop my power when I need to. Now, Legion, when the survivors are mostly injured, what do? I highly recommend still just getting rid of pallets and maybe getting a few downs, right? If you're an experienced Legion or have a little bit of experience with him, you know that Legion has got buffed recently, so you know how to like cancel your power and get a few hits that you otherwise wouldn't have. And that's basically what you're going to do, right? Now, what if most of the survivors are healthy? You go back to phase 2, right? You just go back to phase 2 where Legion gets in his Feral Frenzy, goes starts stabbing everyone. If he can get 8 hit down, awesome. If he can't, just injure as many people as you can. It's totally fine. Now, as the Oni, what are you going to do? You're literally going to go back into phase 2 and do the exact same thing. It's a literal rinse and repeat process, and this causes enough pressure that the survivors literally just have so many things to do. They're mending, they have to heal each other, they have to complete generators, they have to go save people, which is the most important one. As long as you're downing people with the Oni, which this combo does rely on the Oni being really, really good with his power. But even if you have a moderate Oni and a moderate, like, experienced Legion, you'll do pretty well. Now, you keep on doing this until everybody dies. That is literally the gameplay. You create enough natural pressure within the game. You don't have to tunnel, you don't have to slug, you don't have to camp anybody. You just go around playing the game normally, right? And then using this strategy as a little bit of a guide. Now, like I said, you can improvise here and there, right? When I said, so back in phase 2, for example, like if the Oni can get a free hit on a healthy survivor, just take it, right? If the opportunity arises. Results for you guys. Obviously, killer queues are taking so long, so I can only have so many results. But you're going to see on my first solo queue game, I literally played the Oni and I ended up having a teammate Legion, which was awesome. So, saved me a lot of time making the video. But basically, this Legion, even though I couldn't communicate with this person, I was a solo queue Oni, right? This person sort of understood what to do, and I played around him accordingly, right? And this ended in 7 kills, right? Now, we had another game over here, which we played the Legion in solo queue, and we got a teammate Oni. And the Oni, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't the best, right? But it was still good enough that we got 5 kills, which is still a win, right? So even when you're using the strategy in maybe solo queue, it still works out for you if you stick to this sort of guide. Now, obviously, you guys are going to check out the video in a second, which is me playing with my friend. We get 7 kills very convincingly, right? And we're in full communication, so we know what we're doing all the time. And yeah, as you guys can see, this method usually results in a win. Now, if the Oni player or the Legion player that you're solo queuing with maybe has a bit of a, inexperience in the game, yeah, it might be a little rough for you guys. Oni's not getting too many downs, that's pretty rough. Legion keeps getting stunned out of his power, that's pretty rough, But it comes with experience in playing the game, and once you get around those things, as you can see, this guide that I've given you, a strategy, is a bit unstoppable. And unless behavior decides to change things in the future with maybe giving survivors more things like helping them out in chase or whatever, I don't think this strategy is going to fade away very soon. So yeah, I'm going to be quiet now. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the game and have the full commentary with my friend Not King Phoenix Zero. Definitely check out his channel. He's made a FNAF concept Dead by Daylight chapter, which, if you know, FNAF is going to launch very soon. So definitely check out that video and see if he ends up being right.
Oh my god, and with YouTube magic, that was 3 seconds instead of 3 hours. Let's
Holy
go.
shit!
Like and subscribe for epic edits.
We'll try and stop at least like the second gen from bombing, because yeah. Shelter Woods though, it's not bad. Okay. And why this map can be pretty bad. So, see one person. Oh, that was the escapist. I made her waste it. Oh, power already.
No, I got knocked out of power, man. I was so far away from the pallet.
Oh, whoops. Okay, I got one here.
Yeah, I'm coming to get it.
Another one over here.
Actually, I should have kicked that gen. There's people in the middle.
Whoops, flicked too hard. That's another one. Cool. I'll go pick up in the corner and you go back to injuring people.
Yep. I don't think I'll make this. Do I make this? No! I don't know, but I'm questioning gyms.
Oh, all good. Nice.
Fuck, I couldn't stop that.
That's alright. It's only one gen. Okay. Got power again.
Beta race. Pallet.
One here.
Let me get one here too. Did you knock that person on this gen over here?
Yeah, basically. They're on the pallet specifically.
Alright, well, let's still get there anyway.
I'll pick this person up. You can go back to injuring.
I can see you from distance. I don't know what he was doing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make any of these. Oh my god, they were so far away.
Okay, I'll go power again.
Oh, why did
One
I
guy
do
here.
that?
I've got 2 people.
Coming.
Another one.
I'm just gonna pick up my food.
Yep.
I don't know where you knocked everybody, but I'll try and find them.
They're all in that one area over there.
Here we go. I'm coming your way.
Yep. I've got a whole bunch of people on me.
I'm better knock this person.
Yep.
We're try harding, guys. We're try harding. Michael Jackson, why are you just moonwalking?
There's one person here.
I'm lagging. Why am I lagging so much? Ah, the Victoria's over here. Nice. Where's this guy? Oh my god, there's so many people locked in inwards. Jesus Christ! There's so many people. Oh no. One person there.
This strategy is so insane, bro. I found the two people that are up.
Oh, I'm coming.
But just pick people up. Just pick them.
Oh, I didn't see. There was one more left. Where?
Yeah.
Over here. Yep. Jesus Christ.
Nice. Alright, I'm back in.
Over here on me.
Yep. I think these gens are being done.
Ah, I didn't see it.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go away from there.
Don't know what that mind game was about.
Another one. Oh, I heard you.
He was right over here, I saw him.
Yeah, that's right. I'll keep going find him. That girl's still down to that gen over there.
He's over here, he's over here, he's over here.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Got him.
Nice. I'll pick him, you pick her.
She go. Nice.
And we've basically already won the game, guys.
It was a bit rough at the start, but then once we got the momentum, they just got fucked, man.
Yeah, as long as Oni can get like 4 or 5 downs with 1 power. I heard somebody recreating a pallet. That's alright, we're the brute, so we break this. And we'll leave her, because she has no value of us. We're just gonna pick this up. And pop. Okay,
Oh,
hit
she's
this.
so far away.
That's right, I'm gonna pick her, because... Yeah. Perfect.
How did she fast vault that back? What?
And build different, eh?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm just going to come over here to bring up some blood orbs. Should be a few over here. There we go. Nice.
Yes. Oh, alright, lost 2 people. This is, Hatch. Hatch is about to spawn.
Now, obviously, we don't really care about finding these 2 people, but because we've already won, we've killed literally 6 people, and we won at 5. So, oh, found her.
Alright, smack her booty cheeks. Make it jiggle. Yep, there you go.
And yeah, you can have the Mori. I'll close this.
Come here. Yeah.
3 gens left. I'm sure under some better maps you guys will do even better than 3 gens left. But yeah, you guys see how insane this stuff is. So.
We were a bit shaky at the start, but then once we got the momentum,
even though we didn't even play that great of a game at the start. We had a bit of a slow start, but we literally brought it back so fast, and sticking to the playstyle that we did. He literally injures people when I don't have power, and I just down people, and when I down people he picks them up, and there's literally no repercussion for this team. It's really weird, and maybe behavior will change it next time they do 2v8.